Yeah, just a second. Let me check if I'm on mute. Yes, I'm on mute. So guys, this will be the last video of unit 2. Okay, where I want to show you one dimensional, two dimensional and multi-dimensional array in practical. So I'll be just doing that. New source file. Oh, just give me a second. View. Check. Just a second, boys. I don't know how to zoom it. You can forward this video until I get these things done. Data view. Font. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. See, I'll be reading what I'm typing, so don't worry. Hash include stdio.h and int main. That's it. So now I want to demonstrate one dimensional array first. 1D array. As you people know, 1D array is nothing but if you have variables like A, B, C, D that can hold four different values of the type integer, let's say integer, an array can hold all the four values in a single value, in a single name, A. If you have seen my previous value, you already know. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. If you just write 4, instead of writing A, B, C, D, the same value will be held inside the variable A of 4. Okay, this is the concept of arrays. Now you have to initialize initial value for array. Let's say A of 100. This means my array can hold a maximum of 100 elements, and I need a variable I and I need a variable n. Now see, printf, enter the number of elements. See, as you people know, as I said, we can hold a capacity of 100 elements in array, but user may want to enter 5, 6 variables only. So for that, take a n and ask how many variables you want to enter. Percentage %d, okay, percentage %d, double quotes, and n. This will give me the total number of elements the user wants to enter. A user may say, I want to enter 10 elements. So n value becomes 10. Now to input into an array, if you can see my notes, to input into an array, the simple loop is for I is equal to 0, because the array indexes starts from 0, then 1, 2, 3, so on up to 9, not 10, 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to 9 makes it 10 elements. So I is equal to 0 and I less than n, because the moment it hits 10, we don't have any space, will come out of array, and I plus plus. Okay, you just have to write scanf. You have to enter the elements, right? Scanf percentage %d and a of I, that is in the ith location, please add my number, please store my number, that is a of 0, a of 0, or a of 1, or a of 2. Okay, so on. This is the concept. Now before you write a for loop, just write the statement here, printf, enter the elements, so that user understands that yes, now I have to enter the elements. If you want to specify it, enter the percentage %d elements, that is n, enter the n number of elements. Okay, now once we take the input, I have to print it out, right? Printf, the elements are, the elements are /n. You can just come here again. You have to use the same for loop, the for loop you used above. You have to use the same for loop, but here instead of printf, write scanf, write percentage %d, give a space, and return 0. Now I'll explain you why I gave percentage %d space. If you don't give this space, okay, if you don't give this space and run it, it's asking me to save this location. Let's say array, save. This gets saved in the desktop. Now I'll run this. I'm just running it. Stay with me, because since it's running in Zoom, the speed may not be that great. Okay, yeah, great, great. My div compiler closed. 1 second, I think background something else. Yeah, this Google Chrome keeps running in my background. Done. So we'll go back, to my div compiler. Please zoom in this location. You can see it's asking me enter the number of elements. I say I want 5 elements, so now it's asking me enter 5 different elements. I'm 1, 5, 2, 3, 5. Now you can see the elements are, what is this? You're seeing this. You're seeing this garbage value. That is because I added and here. You should not write and in printf. Okay, it's printing the address. Now I'm running it again. Please stay with me. Is my compiler slow? No. Okay, let's enter it again. That was my mistake. 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see it looks like 12,345. It shouldn't look like 12,345, right? To specify that each number are different, you have to give a space here. And if you do that, now you can see it will prompt me again, enter 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a single dimensional array where we can store n elements in the same variable, right? I have given the theoretical part in the previous video. If in case you haven't seen it, please watch it. I request you to please watch it. Okay, now let's do some operations. Let's do some operations. Should I do some operation? Okay, let's say we have entered the elements, right? I want to print the sum of those elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to print the sum of these elements. For that, I need a variable called as sum. I'm taking it as s. The simplest formula is s is equal to s plus a of I. S is equal to s plus a of I. That's it. This is the formula. If you know to find the sum of first n natural numbers, we had written sum is equal to sum plus I. Sum is equal to sum plus I, where I was starting from 1 to n. Here a of I because elements are in array A. That's it. Okay. And to print the sum, you can write here printf print printf sum is equal to percentage d, comma, what is the answer? Yes, and semicolon close. You can put a slash in here, and now see the program is done. Don't think that Pawan sir is typing it fast. It's there in your notes. Okay, 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see the sum is 16 because 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15. Answer 16 the question. 9, 10, 11, 6, and 1 second. It's showing me the answer as 16. There must be some error. Yeah, sorry, I didn't initialize the value of sum is equal to 0. Yeah, you have to do this. And now let's try this again. Pawan sir's logic is never wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see, as you can see, the answer is 15. This is how you take an input into an array. You can manipulate an array. It's also possible to print the reverse of an array. You can print the array in reverse if you just use a simple for loop in a twisted manner, just like this. You have to write the elements in reverse are. How to print an array in reverse? You have to start with the last element. I is equal to n. This is the maximum size. I greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. If you do this, now you can see. If you do this, now you can see how the array gets reversed. It's in your notes. It's in your notes. If you are my regular student, you have all this in your notes. Check it out. See here. Sum is 15. The elements in reverse are 1 second. I is less than n minus 1 because the index starts from n minus 1. And here, sum after this sum, I need to get a new line. I'm putting a slash in here. I is equal to n minus 1. I greater or equal to 0. I minus minus. The reason is very simple. We don't have 10 here. The last element is 9. N minus 1. So now see how to print an array in reverse. It's in your notes, so nothing to worry. These are the array elements. You can see the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sum is 15 and the reverse order is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it clear, ma? Is it clear? This is how you enter and manipulate a single dimensional array. A single dimensional array. Okay. Now I'll show you two-dimensional array as well. Let's do that as well. Two-dimensional array. For that, I'll use a new file. Control A, Control C. New file. Control V, Control S. 2D. See here. I'm not taking anything of this. Don't worry. This is just for me. See here. For two-dimensional array, you have 100 of 100. You people know. One represents rows, the other represents columns. So we need two different these things. Now, it's a matrix format. You will get the answer like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It will look something like this. It's a matrix. It's a matrix. That is, it is an array of arrays. If you say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is an array, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is another array, where A and B are the two different arrays. two different arrays. A matrix is nothing but an array of arrays where it will hold the value of all A and all B together in a variable A. That is A of 0, 1, 2, 3 of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how it's gonna store the values. This is how it's gonna store the values. It's an array of arrays. Two-dimensional array is an array of arrays. Okay, there can be one more array. There can be one more array. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also possible. Two-dimensional array is a collection of arrays, and single-dimensional array is a collection of elements. Don't get confused. Okay, this is how it looks like. You can have really any number of these things. Okay, but now see, first thing, printf. Printf, enter the number of rows, where rows represents how many arrays you want. Scanf %d, and I'm taking it as m, number of arrays. Okay, what you call as rows. Second, once you have arrays, that is, you got to know you need two arrays like this. Okay, how many elements do you want to store inside the array? See, here I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 elements each. Like that, you have to tell how many columns you want. For that, printf, enter the number of columns. See, if you are following my videos regularly, every theory part is explained before itself. This is just a practical demonstration, so I'm going fast. If in case you're not understanding, stop it here, go back to the previous video where I showed input and output operations for all the three-dimensional arrays. Read that and come here, or else, oof. Okay, first, to access the rows, I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus not n, this is m because I have rows here. After that, open a for loop, again go for j is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Okay, come here, you just have to take the inputs. Scanf, it's an integer array, %d, and you want to store it in A of, tell me the row number and then tell me that particular column number. This is how you take an input into an array. And how to print it out? It's also simple. Use the same for loop to print it out, but just write printf %d A of ij. Don't give any spaces here. I'll show what happens exactly how to give spaces. The matrix is. The matrix is. Okay. /n. Let's run this. See, not even a single error. Yay! Now, enter the number of rows. Let's say 3 rows. How many columns? 3 columns. Now it's asking me to enter into array. Enter into matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is how my matrix looks like. If I enter, can you see? It's showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like this. Is it a right representation? It's not a right representation. See, I'll run this again. I'll run this again. Before that, I'll just add one more printf so that people don't get confused. Enter into the matrix. Enter the value into matrix. Okay, just for your understanding, it blinked, but you didn't understand what happened. Let's go here. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, hey, is it a predator or is it something, a comedy? Okay, see, enter the number of rows 3, enter the number of columns. See, now it's asking me enter the number of elements. See, if there are 3 rows and 3 columns, it's 3 cross 3, total 9 inputs. If it is 3 rows and 4 columns, 3 cross 4, total 12 inputs. Now it's 9 inputs. Let's enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 elements. Hit enter. You can see the matrix is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why is it? There is no space between the numbers. If you want to get the space, you have to specify a space here in printf. Okay, I'm showing these errors so the people can remember. See again, 3 cross 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you can see we are getting a space, but still it's not in a matrix format. It's just like a one-dimensional array. It's showing in a format of 1D array, which is wrong. And if in case you want to get the space, after every, first you will access 8th row, 0th rows, okay, and you'll print 1, 2, 3. Before you go to the next value, a of 1, and print 4, 4, 5, 6, we have to get a new line. So after j loop, write printf, just /n, start a new line. That's it. If you write this much, it will start printing in array format. Just see now. Now see, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you see? Now it is showing in matrix format where this one is A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. These are the three different matrices. That is three different rows. Which one you initialized here? Total number of rows. A of 0. This is first part. This one. This one is showing here. A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. Then we have three columns like this. Top to bottom. A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. This is how you input into a two-dimensional array space. Two-dimensional array space. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. Now, to make it more beautiful, let's write a program to add, to make sum of two matrices. Okay, this much we need one more matrix for that. That is b of 100 of 100. We need one more matrix. Now let's come down. Same thing, nothing to change. Copy paste this thing. Enter the matrix. Enter into the matrix A. Enter into the matrix B. There is nothing to change here. You have to make A of ij, B of ij. This will take input into A matrix. This will take input into B matrix. To perform the sum, you just have to write A of ij. A of ij is equal to A of ij plus B of ij. This is your A of ij plus B of ij. You know, this is just like this. A is equal to A plus B. That's it. Nothing else. Now, to print it out, just write the same. The matrix is here. The sum is. For that, the same for loop what you wrote, repeat it again. But here, printf percentage d space comma this much. You just have to print the A array because I'm making the sum inside A array. Now let's run this. Let's see what happens. The explanation for this is given in your previous class. Okay, what happens? And the clear-cut explanation is also in your class notes. So no big deal. Now see, enter into rows, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my first matrix. It's asking second matrix, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see the sum is 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, 4 plus 4 is 8, 5 plus 5 is 10, 6 plus 10 is 12, 7 plus 7 is 14, 8 plus 8 is 16, and 9 plus 9 is 19. This is how you can add two matrices. This is also your lab program. These are very, very simple lab program, guys. There is nothing to worry about. It's extremely simple. It's extremely simple. Okay. Now I'll show you a program to do the addition of three-dimensional matrix. I hope I have that 3D. This should be it. Yeah, I have already written it. No, sorry. This is to find the sum of two numbers. Matrix for a. Is it the same one? I doubt. No, I don't have the three-dimensional matrix program. Oh my god. But I don't know if in case you people want it or not. So I'm just stopping it here. Okay. Bye bye.